Hi, this is Brooke from Imaginary Lemons. Today we are touring room 6654 on the Disney Wonder. This is an Oceanview Stateroom with veranda that is wheelchair accessible with a roll-in shower. Let's go take a look. The first thing you'll notice is that on the door there are two peepholes, and those are because it's an accessible room, so you've got a wheelchair height one right here. Also, instead of putting your key card here, you're actually going to use this keypad right here, which is for the automatic door.
Oh, hello. Welcome. This is an accessible stateroom ocean view with veranda. Hopefully I got that right, Brooke. But yes, welcome. As you see, it's very spacious. And as soon as you come in, on your right, you have a full-length mirror so you can see, check out, make sure you're wearing the correct outfit for the day as it changes every day. We also have a shelf cabinet here to the left, which is very spacious. You have drawers at the top. Hopefully you can see inside of there. Then at the bottom, you have these cabinets that have shelves on the inside. Sorry, has shelves on the inside, which are very spacious, should accommodate everyone's stuff.
So, is it spacious?
It could be spacious, yes. I believe it's spacious.
Y'all, don't do a drinking game every time Adam says spacious.
And next, we have our closet. And you're safe. So on this side, you have your, of course, your life vest up top. The ladder here is for the pull down bunk bed, which we're going to talk about in a little bit later. The other side of the cabinet, so we have this pull down shirt hanger.
Closet rod.
As you pull down, at a certain point, it kind of like locks, but if Adam can get it down,
There you go.
there we go, and it stays there. But then just be aware, as soon as you release it, it's gonna pop back up, as it just did, and there. You can let it go and then close the closet, which I'm gonna do right now. Now, the bed is a standard size. As with Disney Cruise Lines, you have one size bed, not two twin beds pushed together.
Yes, this is a queen bed. It does not separate. So that is where two people will be sleeping. And it is very Hoyer friendly, or if you don't need Hoyer, you can stash suitcases down there. And then over here we have a couch that turns into a bed and another bed that pulls down in that cabinet right there. You don't have to pull it down. The stateroom host will handle that for you when it's time to go to bed. Over here you have a chair and a table, and then you have this little nook back here that used to be a closet. Now they've just sort of left it open so you can use it however you wish, which I think is a little bit better.
Once we get things ready, I will give you guys a measurement of the bed height itself, because currently right now I do not know where my tape measure is. So somebody asked on one of our videos, can we post a bed height? And once I get it out, I can give you guys an exact measurement. It looks about 25 to 26 inches high, but to give you an accurate figure, I will do that a little bit later. Next, we can take a look at the bathroom. This bathroom does not have an automatic door, which Brooke said I don't think none of them do, but I could have sworn I saw a bathroom that did that.
No, not on Disney Cruise Line.
Okay, not on Disney Cruise Line. Okay, you wanna?
Okay. So, going in. So, it is a flush with the floor. It's actually, it ramps up a little bit, but not as bad as some of the other ones in terms of the ramp right here. So then we go in here and ignore this stool for a minute. So you have a roll under sink, per usual. We've got the
Definitely
pretending to
not.
not be H2O product there, both the hand soap and the body lotion. I love that they give liquid hand soap and not bars on
Bars.
Disney Cruise Line. Like, it's one of my favorite things. All right, and then there is a built-in bench as well as a shower head. The shower head is adjustable. It almost always starts up top, but if you want them to lower it for you, you can, or it's pretty easy to lower yourself if you can reach that high. Next, we have 2 levels of clotheslines. So, see this little over here? This stretches across to go over there and hooks in there. So then you have a lower clothesline as well as a higher one. So that can be really convenient. And you also have a call
Emergency
cord
call.
here. It's not automatically turned on. You have to call them and say, yes, I want this turned on. But it has a cord. If you ever get to it and there is no cord, don't worry, they will attach a cord when you tell them to put it on.
There's one down here.
There's also an emergency button down here.
Just in case you fall in the bathroom, you can crawl over to the wall and then hit the button for them.
Do you want to demo the bench
Okay.
so they can see the effort required for the bench?
Okay.
Here's the bench.
And thunk.
They're pretty solid. Solid. Now, as for this other one, I think there was a misunderstanding. They probably thought that maybe I checked a box saying I needed a shower bench. I meant that, but they brought this. So I will just tell housekeeping to take this away and give it to someone who needs it, because obviously we don't need 2 benches. So as we said, this room does have a veranda. And Adam, do you want to take us out there?
Sure. You guys are going to have to a little bit, you'll see in a little bit. It's not quite as big as it's supposed to be, but we will take a look at it, and hopefully we can get out here to show you guys.
For legal reasons, Adam is joking. Let's go out to
Let's
the
go
balcony.
out to the balcony.
Now, typically, balconies on accessible rooms are a little bit larger. However, this one's a little different. Hi, Adam.
Brock!
So yeah, this is massive. I don't know if it's the biggest balcony on the ship, but it probably is. So they give you deck lounger chairs that you can put out. There's a table and chair over here. There's a table over there, but it's awfully dirty looking, so probably won't use that one. And then if we go back to the room, there's more. So over here we have 3 more chairs.
Now,
So
if
this
you
is massive. Absolutely massive. I mean,
I
my Lord.
may start to recommend or try to get aft balconies, as I love my balconies, and this is a lot of space for me to basically, I can lay out and just hang out here. If you would like to experience this, you could probably reach out to Brooke, and she can help you try to plan out something like this. You may not be able to get this exact stateroom because everyone's going to want to grab it, but she can definitely help you out plan a trip like this.
So we are on the Disney Wonder for a 7-night Alaskan sailing.
Yay.
And so we will come back to you once we have been in the room for several days to give you our overall impressions and how things went. But so far,
it's amazing. So far, it's great. The view outside of here in Vancouver at the port is just, I got a little bit of footage earlier, but you can see it's like literally you can jump from here to there.
Don't jump.
Don't jump.
For
But
legal
I'm
reasons,
joking.
don't do that.
Legally, I'm joking. But look, if you're a long jumper, you can probably
Stop
make
it.
All right.
No
Don't jump off the
jumping.
ship once you get on the ship, okay? That's not, seriously, that's not a good idea.
I'm
But
going to cut this whole thing out. But it is a great view, and we are excited to stay. I mean, we're excited for this cruise, but also this room is pretty fantastic.
Yes.
So we're excited to have this. We plan to take just so many pictures. I mean, we're going to be able to see both sides of the ship. So as we go through the inside passage to the glaciers and all that,
Yeah.
we'll be able to see everything, which is amazing.
Yeah.
So we're excited,
Yes.
and
Should
thank
be.
you for joining us. The next time we see you, we will have had several sleeps in this
Yes.
cabin, and we'll let you know how it
Let
went.
you know. It should be good.
All right, so it has been 7 days. We are now at the end of our cruise, sad face, and wanted to give you an update on how the room was as we went through the week. So, Adam, your thoughts first?
Okay, my thoughts first are the room was very spacious and good for, I guess, accessibility wise. The bed is 27 inches high because I measured it. Just 'cause people are asking about that, so it's 27 inches high, and it's a platform bed which has space under it to store luggages and suitcases.
Or a Hoyer.
Or a Hoyer lift.
Use a Hoyer, not store a Hoyer.
Overall, the room was pretty good. I liked it compared to most, I guess, Disney rooms. The bathrooms, it's pretty spacious and maneuverable. You can move your wheelchair around in it. The shower bench was like a standard size. It looks, for some reason, some seem smaller than others, but it just could be my perspective and the space itself. But they all seem the same size, and I was able to use the shower bench effectively.
And it is attached to the wall.
The wall.
So no worries about it like sliding or anything, or not being there.
The grab bars are within reach. You can like reach out, depending on how tall or short you are. Reach out and grab the grab bar in front of you or whatever, and maneuver inside. Under the sink, maneuverable space for a wheelchair. You're all good. Now we have to talk about the bathing. The balcony is too big.
Oh, stop it. Okay, so before we get to the balcony, let's talk about the room. So a couple of things that I noticed. One, the coffee table that's in here is movable, but really difficult. So you might need help. If you need to move it around for whatever reason, you might need a friend. It also seems like it's not quite attached to the base. I will say, Disney Wonder is, I think, Disney Wonder is starting to show its age a little more than the Magic does. I suspect the Magic gets a little more love, given that it's the first ship, it's the, flagship, but yeah, that kind of thing. Not to say that Wonder's bad. It just
shows a little bit of age, I think, of certain small stuff.
It could use a refurb. That's all.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't feel like you're on an old ship the way that, like, other ships that are the same age on other lines, like especially like the Royal Caribbean and Carnivals, like they've already been taken out, or they sail 2-day sailings and everybody's too drunk to notice the difference. This is a very nice ship. Like, don't think that at all. But we noticed both in the room and throughout the ship, there were like some little things. I was like, okay, that's because it's old. And so, in terms of the bathroom, somebody kept running over the shower curtain because it's like of the way it's hung. And so, it's part the way it's hung and part somebody doesn't pay attention when they're driving. And so I won't name names, of course, but someone may have run over it a couple times and pulled it off the ceiling a couple times and had to get it put back on by the folks a couple times. And then, because you're in an aft cabin, so let's talk about that balcony. The balcony is gorgeous. The balcony is amazing. The balcony is beautiful. The balcony is loud.
It's loud.
So that's a trade-off, right? So from what I can tell, back here is a bunch of like engineering things, and then there's a staircase, right? Yeah. And so there is a loud, like, fanning,
noise,
just like machine-y kind of thing that's happening a lot. So when you're out there, you hear it more when you're closer to, there's like a big vent thing, and so you hear it more when you're over there than you are on this side, but like you definitely hear it. And so my thought is they figured the people in this room were going to hear the noise regardless, so let's give them an extra big balcony and then they won't complain about the noise.
Yeah.
This is my logic.
Which
and
I'm
honestly,
fine with.
Yeah, I'm okay with that trade-off because it is gorgeous. In terms of, with an Alaska sailing, if the only way that you can do Alaska is to do an interior room, then by all means do the interior room. that's more money for, I usually say Mickey pretzels. I'm going to say hot chocolates, although those are free, so that's a bad example. But, you know, it's, if you want to save the money, by all means, get the interior. If you can swing it, get the balcony, or at least an ocean view. The views are just...
It's hard to describe because it's like video doesn't do it justice.
And I've been thinking about this, and I'm like, well, what do you mean the video doesn't do it justice? Because, like, I can see it, right? It's the scale. I think that's the thing, right?
Okay.
Like a video can like, you can get the picture. Like, in case you're like me hearing everybody else saying that and go like, what do you mean? Cameras are pretty good. You can capture it. But you can't tell how small you are in that picture. Yeah. And when you're in it real life, you realize, like, it's ginormous.
Like, you can reach out and touch the mountains on the side, like towering up. You're like, wow. You see trees that are like this big. It's all right. If the tree is that big, how am I comparing that to myself standing under that tree?
Yeah, no.
So I think that's how you look at that scale wise. Because the tree is that big, then I'm like really, really tiny under it. The mountain is like way up there. You get the scale. I think Brooke was right. The scale of it, you can't really capture on film.
Yeah, I think
you can't capture it on film.
I think that's why people say that. But like, it's so pretty. And now, if you do get the interior, right? And again, no shame in getting an interior. If you just if that's the way to get here, then get here.
Yeah.
If you get an interior, please, please, please promise yourself that you're not going to spend a ton of time in that room, that you're going to go out, that you're going to go on the decks, that you're going to go there's lounges where you can see windows, there's outside, there's windows, there are plenty of opportunities to see the outside. Please use them all.
Yeah.
Right? Because it is just like, these views. I mean, even just today. So today was a sea day, and we are just, and there's like mountains on both sides. Like just the way, like we're no longer in the inside passage, but we're still passing through these narrow ways with all these it's just amazing. And so, do yourself the favor. If you can get a balcony, get a balcony. If you can't get a balcony, then spend a lot of time outside.
Yeah.
Spend part of each day outside. Like, I'm serious, because otherwise you're doing yourself a disservice. That's the word I wanted, disservice. The room, it's a little bit funny shaped. There's like a weird little awkward corner over here that's, we ended up putting like suitcases over there and that sort of thing. They like put my boots over there one day, and I was like, of course, rushing, and I'm like, wait, how do you lose big rain boots? They were hiding back there. It's a little bit funny shaped, but it's totally fine. It's a great room. It's spacious. Yes. It's easily maneuvered. I didn't see Adam having any issues getting around the room at all. Either side of the bed would have been easy to approach. Slightly easier on the side that he used because the couch isn't over there, but like the couch isn't such an impediment that you couldn't, if you really need to be right up on it, then maybe choose the opposite room, right? 6154. But, really, there was good access, especially if you had them move this table. There was good access from both sides. So that's not really an issue. If you had kids in this room too, like, it would work. You don't get as much storage, I feel like, when you're in the accessible room, just because, accessibility trumps the storage. Right. But I think you pack well, you can make it work. Or you could just create a bunch of like situation here where you're living out of suitcases in that weird area, right? Like that would work too. Yeah. So would definitely recommend this room. Would definitely stay in this room again.
Yes.
And that balcony is just sick. Like
one minor thing one good thing that Disney does, or I guess they do, is when you call for repairs, things come quickly.
Oh, right, because the door.
It was heavy to pull, and Ren, our stateroom attendant, she's like, you have to like leave the handle down, but normally you pull the handle up to unlock it and put it down to lock it. But she says, no, leave it down and pull it up. So
none of that was true. It no longer has a lock in the door handle. You just have to lock it at the top with the safety lock, which was annoying because the safety lock is not accessible, right? So each morning I would have to go and just unlock it, and I have to remember to do that. So that was a little bit annoying. But the door was like super heavy. Like there was just like I had all my strength, and Adam wasn't able to open it. And so
she was like trying to tell us like, oh, just, and I was like, no, I've been on enough cruises to know that this door should not be this heavy.
Yeah.
And then it was the next day they came and they like literally took the door off the rails and did some stuff, and they like immediately knew what the problem was. Again, it's showing its age. I'm sure I'm not the first person to call. And so they did some stuff and then they put it back on and it worked beautifully.
One hand, you can open it one-handed now.
Oh, I was like, okay, yeah.
So basically, once they fix the rollers or whatever, it was much easier. And they do that pretty fast. When they call for maintenance, call for service, they come pretty fast. And fix all like the shower curtain that somehow that she's saying somebody did it. I don't know what she's talking about, but yeah, they fixed that. So it's pretty good. Like, again, we would stay here again. We would love to come back again. When though, that's hard because we got so many other things planned.
Well, I mean, okay, but the folks who are watching this are probably... So, sorry about the cut. If you saw that, the camera did a weird thing. We would definitely recommend staying here again.
If you want to book a room like this or any other trip that you are interested in, reach out to Brooke and she will make everything easy for you. She'll give you the correct options, what's available and all that. And make sure you have an enjoyable time like we did here in Alaska, or Walt Disney World, or Disneyland, or
non-Disney things.
Non-Disney things.
No, thank you, Adam. After traveling and learning what, everything that went into us being able to travel together, I went ahead and got certified as a accessible travel advocate, as well as a certified autism travel professional. So I am happy to help you put together a trip that meets the needs of everybody in your party, and there is no additional cost. I can get you the same prices that you would get booking directly with the cruise lines, but you get to support our small business and get our help making sure that it's accessible. But we hope you enjoyed this video. If you're interested in what happened with our Alaska tour, stay tuned. Please subscribe, and you'll see the the rest of you'll see how our cruise went. If you're interested in other Disney cabins, check out our playlist, and we do have cabins from the Disney Magic, which we have both an interior and a balcony, and then we also have an ocean view and a balcony from the Disney Fantasy. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.